You're ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
I just want you to know that. I think you're fucking ridiculous sometimes.
yeah, I know.
But I love you, man. I mean, in all honesty, even with you and your ridiculous bullshit, I'm glad.
You would be depressed without me around.
No shit. I mean, you're a fucking clown. So
Yeah, well, somebody's gotta be.
hey, everybody, welcome back. We're here live on All in a Day's Work. Yeah, I caught you off guard again, didn't I?
Every week.
Every week I try. But the good thing is today, y'all, we're talking to you on a Tuesday. We're still going to do our thing on Wednesdays like we talked about, but we got ourselves a little bit of new equipment. We want to test it out, and we figured out why not come on live today.
That's right. The headphones, guys. We got new headphones. We got new mics. All courtesy of this guy.
This guy. Yeah, so I went ahead and got new mics because I noticed some of our sound on the other mics were a little muffled, which I can tweak out later, but it's definitely irritating when you're trying to edit and you hear the bullshit coming up. So we decided to go ahead and, I decided to get us some better mics, and now I can actually hear, or he can hear exactly what's being broadcasted to you guys. So it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Plus, I think the sound's a lot more crystal clear than it was before. So.
Yeah, you ran a couple tests, and from what I understand, there was no echo when one of us or either of us was talking, so it's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys can hear us, go ahead and drop some comments there for us. Let us know how you hear them.
Absolutely.
Also, we wanted to, again, welcome you guys to All in a Day's Work and talk to you guys about the opportunities that we have moving forward and where you can find our podcast audio.
Absolutely.
That's a big deal. And we also wanted to introduce our executive producer, the one who's really behind all the scenes, kind of helped keeping this ball rolling, and our editor. So as this thing is developed and getting a little bit bigger, we have needed a little bit more help than we thought because it's a lot more work to do this bullshit than we thought. So.
Yeah, you if you guys have never done this before, it's a lot of work, and I know me personally, I'm truly grateful for everybody that goes behind the scenes, you and the other individual we're about to introduce. So, I'm truly grateful for the amount of work that you guys put in, honestly.
Don't sell yourself short either, because if it wasn't for the headlines and stuff, the content it comes from you, man.
Yeah,
so.
well, I mean, I just try to, do a little bit.
I just keep the funds rolling in and keep the lights on.
Yeah,
and the equipment.
In case you guys didn't know, this dude's made of money. So
the fuck I am. Don't be broadcasting that shit. Hey, I ain't got no money. I'm broke as fuck. I buy things on thrift store.
Okay.
But for real talk. So tomorrow we're gonna be going live again, 4 p.m. Pacific time as usual. So tune in tomorrow. We had a pretty good episode tomorrow. We should have a live guest with us tomorrow.
That's right.
Our newest member to the All in a Day's Work team. His name is Ryan. So you guys will get to see him. He's got a cool, dope ass fucking Viking haircut.
Yeah,
and shit. So you guys will like him. He's hella funny, and he's gonna be taking over our YouTube channel since our YouTube right now is trash.
Yeah, for lack of better words. So we're going to get some experience going on there. So if you guys be on the lookout for our YouTube, there's going to be some changes coming to it. So.
Yeah, definitely changes coming to it. But we are on Spotify. We are on Google Podcasts.
That's right.
I think we're on Apple Podcasts too or something. Or no, it's not working on Apple for some reason. As typical, Apple has issues with everything. It's trash. Apple products, trash. Garbage.
You're just jealous.
Not even a little bit.
Just don't know.
But yeah, be on the lookout. We're on iHeartRadio. Yeah. We're on a bunch of other podcast streaming sites. But the main, is the big two that I know for sure, iHeartRadio and Spotify. You can find us All in a Day's Work. We're on there. It's got our normal picture on there, the little cartoon picture of us. And we're still waiting on some of the the ideas, if you guys had any, for a new logo for this channel, for this podcast, for this organization, really. Because the way we were thinking about it, I don't think anybody wants to wear a hat or a shirt if we were to get merch with my fucking face on it. So, I don't know, maybe a better logo or something.
So yeah. So if you guys have any ideas, anything like that, I know I'm in particular not very creative as far as that aspect of it goes. So
I'm not.
Yeah,
I can't draw a stick figure.
yeah. So if you guys want to like at least point us in a good direction for somebody or ask around, that'd be very much appreciated. We'd be very grateful for that.
Oh yeah. So we should. I think we should just get into it.
Without further ado, we was actually
hold on. All right, go ahead.
We was talking before we went live about a headline that had to do with a knife fight.
Yeah.
Like somebody got pregnant.
So, all right, pretty much. Actually, before we get into that, because that's gonna take a conversation. That's gonna take a minute. Why don't we introduce our executive producer real quick to the people? So,
absolutely.
Who's echoing? Is it me, Joey, or is it Lucas? We can't hear the feed. There's a delay if you didn't know. Anytime you go live, there's a delay, people. So you guys hear a little bit after what we hear. So if there's an echo, let me know so I can fiddle fuck with the shit and make it better. So
he messed with his volume.
No, I didn't.
So
Joey, who's echoing? Fucking tell us.
Come on.
You got one job, Joey. Fucking up.
Alrighty. Well, in the meantime, while we get this sorted out, so we're gonna go ahead and make this introduction.
Yeah. So without further ado, we're gonna kind of introduce our executive producer, the lovely, the beautiful Caitlin Dow. Everybody, Caitlin Dow, come on in.
Give a round of applause.
Can y'all see her? This is Kate Dow. She, if you can see her, she's our executive producer. She's the one with a lot of the ideas, and she actually has the editing software and a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. So this is Kate. She's been helping us out since day one when this was just a thought. So
absolutely,
definitely we want to give a lot of credit and shout out to the beautiful Kate.
She also helps us out with topics, the editing software, it just keeps us on track when we are talking. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that you guys don't see is all coming from Kate, and as with everything else, it's very much appreciated.
And our website, she completely developed our website, so we wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for Kate. So I want to say thank you very much. The effort it takes to edit this stuff when we're not around, it takes a lot. Is there anything you want to say to the people?
Not that I can think of right now.
No.
Okay.
Like and subscribe and follow these guys.
That's right. Like, subscribe, follow us, hook us up, all right? But we felt like we would have to introduce her to this. You guys can see there's a lot more effort than just two of us bullshitting.
Absolutely. And as much as we like to bullshit, we try to get our stuff squared away. I don't know. It's taken us a while to try and get this thing working properly.
And as you can tell, we're not perfect. We're still fucking it up. So.
And we just want you guys to know we like to get our stuff straight. So for it to take this long is not ideal for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're not professionals by this. I didn't go to school for engineering for this type of shit. We were both in the military, which is a bunch of hotheads. So
you're hot-headed.
You're probably the most stubborn person I've ever met. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are we still echoing, Jackie? Why is it always so fucking up when you be messing with shit?
I didn't mess with anything.
All I'm saying, every time you start messing with shit,
you unplugged a whole bunch of stuff after the internet went out.
The internet never went out.
Well, somebody was
stealing all the internet, trying to fucking mess with her Mac.
Is it the volume?
No, now you're off, fool. You clicked your mic. You clicked the thing as excellent. He's still learning.
Yeah, I had it fixed. How did I have it fixed? And then she said yours sounds like shit.
Well, damn. Let's try this.
I don't know. Maybe we only need one on.
No, you have to have both mics on. So that way you
What?
can set the voice right.
I don't know what happened.
What she say?
She said no idea. I don't know how I fixed it. How it was fixed. How's it sound now?
How we sound, Jackie? Stay with us, Jackie. Come on now. I know you over here Googling. I don't know where Lucas's pictures and shit.
I don't know.
Focus.
Hey man, I haven't sent her any pictures since this morning.
Ooh. Was that the pre or after shower pictures?
A little bit of both.
Mama watching you.
A little bit of both.
Hey, Mama Westfall, I'm sorry. I just put him on blast.
Yeah.
He's a saint. He's a good
She, well, Joey hears me, but not you. I think it's because your stuff's off. You hit the button.
Hey, Joey, can you hear now? Oh, you're lucky your mama didn't hear what I just said.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Oh, shit!
It's all good.
That's funny. That's funny. I ain't even got my super devil juice with me to sip on while we talking.
Yeah, I know, man. We didn't take no shots before this or anything. No wonder we all messed up.
Yeah, I think so. See, all the bad juju's in the air and shit.
Well, we did the incense to clear the air.
Yeah, but now it's an echo.
Well, stop talking so fucking loud.
Bitch, I'll take this microphone and shove it right in your ass. Okay, I'll tell you what we can do. Jackie can't hear shit.
I'm talking.
Oh, she can definitely hear us. Of course she can, Jackie. You want to hear him, that's why.
I need a drink.
Joey, get your head out the gutter. Nasty ass.
What?
He said he paid to see us. Someone shut that microphone while you asked.
That's
How did he pay to see you?
He didn't pay to see me. He said he would pay to see you.
that's disgusting.
No, it's not.
I'll have,
Show
I'll
ass.
have your Facebook page up and running.
Yeah, you got that only. Hey, for everybody that didn't know this public service announcement, Triple's got that OnlyFans ready, so we'll loop the link in below.
Motherfucker, you just gonna put my shit out on blast?
Yeah.
My OnlyFans is called Dad Bods with Dad Rods.
That's right. So, hey, check the link below after this video.
You're stupid as hell. I got no goddamn OnlyFans, bro. Ah, man. Look. Is the audio a little bit better, Jackie? Is that better? Or can you focus on the stream for a second and not Snapchat?
Hey, man.
And let her know that we don't need sage right now because, you know, we have a cleansed soul, right?
You have a clean soul?
Yeah, motherfucker, I've been baptized twice.
So have I, twice.
My soul is cleansed.
When's the last time you got baptized?
Huh?
We ain't ready to talk about that, huh?
Oh, why you bringing up my business?
Because it makes me feel better.
Don't show me your first love, Jackie. I see that. I'm just fucking. I'm gonna piss her off.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna like my ass after a while.
She gonna do that
After a
friend's
while.
wife and shoot you.
Oh, hold on now. I'm bringing up his business now. Let him share that story tomorrow.
My bad.
All right, y'all. So since you guys aren't helping us out, at
I'm
all,
assuming the audio is
I
good.
think, or it's at least reasonable.
Yeah.
It's better. All right. So, anyways, we introduced Kate, our executive producer and editor. Tomorrow, we're gonna have Ryan on here, and he's gonna share a little bit of his story. And he is a veteran. He actually just recently got out and back from a tour
Yep.
over in Israel, right?
Jordan, I think.
Yeah, Jordan. Where's Jordan at?
I don't know. That's why I said that, because I don't know if it's in.
You were just being specific.
Yeah.
But, anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and get into some of the headlines. What was you bringing up that bullshit before we got
something
we got all discombobulated?
Yeah, something about a knife fight and then somebody getting pregnant and then.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it the one that I told you about?
Yeah.
The
one
other
we were
day?
talking about. Yeah.
Oh,
Earlier
so I learned that one from Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is
She ain't lying.
I'm not ready for her right now.
She ain't
I don't want to.
I mean, don't start a fight you can't win.
Jackie, you don't want these hands. I got both of them. All right, so You want me to tell you about this headline?
Yeah. Because I got like a
Okay,
brief
so
synopsis.
this is a real life true story, so you guys can fact check this if you want to. Zuck.
You
So
gonna make me apologize.
oral sex, a knife fight, and then sperm still impregnated a girl. This is back
Say
in
what?
2010. Yeah, so in 2010, first off, let me give a little backstory. So
Yes,
I
please.
learned this from the Joe Rogan. If you guys don't know Joe Rogan, he's got a podcast. He's got he's a comedian, does all this kind of cool shit, right? One of my
I think he has like the most famous podcast.
yeah. But if I'm talking about they don't know. I know you fucking know. How'd you watch this shit? But anyways, he's a stand-up comedian. That's where he started his career. Kicked off his stand-up. So
Yeah.
on one of his actually latest special on Netflix, is still on there from 2018. It's called Strange Times, and he tells this bit in this story about how if Jesus were to come back today, we wouldn't believe it, right? And I'm not going to get into his whole bit, but the story is pretty much in today's times, if there's some asshole out there performing miracles and shit like that as Jesus and portraying as Jesus, we're not going to believe it, right? As people, just because, just from where we are with technology and stuff like that, and how far gone we are from religion and stuff like that, people aren't going to believe it. So, I guarantee that if Jesus were to come back, he's not going to come back in the same form that is when he left. Right? That's kind of what he gets into. So then he tells the story about this lady from I don't know where who has no vagina. She was born with no vagina. And she went and sucked this dude's dick, got in a bar knife fight or some shit like that. Eventually ended up getting pregnant and had a miracle baby. So he pretty much goes into if Jesus was going to come back in any kind of miracle, wouldn't she come back or he come back as the miracle knife fight oral sex no vagina baby? So you have to hear his bit the way he does it. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious as fuck, right? But it just had me thinking. I was like, this can't be real. Like,
Yeah.
so we actually go to look it up, and we got an ABC News article about it. This was back in 2010. So I'm gonna read you guys some of what this says, and then you guys can look it up yourselves if you want to. So February 3rd, 2010, a strange tale of oral sex, a knife fight, and the most unlikely of pregnancies, recently brought to light by the blogosphere and has her doctors tooting the triumphant persistence of sperm. So, in 1988, a 15-year-old girl living in a small southern African nation of Lesotho, oh, I probably fucked that all up.
Yeah, I think you butchered that one.
Lesotho came to the local doctors with symptoms of a woman in labor. So this happened, I guess, in 1988.
Damn.
But the story came out in 2010. All right. But all the doctors were quickly puzzled because upon examination, she did not have a vagina.
How's that possible?
I don't know, man. Strange things, birth defects, everything happens weird. Those people are born with two heads or heads stuck together, the Siamese twins, and birth defects happen. So there's people born with both organs.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but I understand one reproductive organ. I understand both.
What I'm thinking
But I don't understand none. That doesn't make sense.
She had none. So, inspection of the vulva showed no vagina, only a shallow skin dimple. So, doctors delivered a healthy baby boy via cesarean. Is that how you say that? Cesarean?
C-section.
No, that's a cesarean, fool.
It's the same thing.
Whatever. The authors wrote in a case reported by the British Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology. So, her birth defect, as I was letting you know, called Malarian. And y'all look this shit up. I can't even pronounce this shit. Malarian agenesis or Meyer Renunst for something Rotanaski Custer Hauser syndrome. Yeah, go ahead and say that 10 times fast.
I think you messed that one up.
Nah, man, something. Anyways, didn't necessarily surprise the doctor. So this isn't uncommon apparently, but a pregnancy did. Even the 15-year-old girl could not believe she was pregnant.
So how, if you don't have reproductive organs, how should you get pregnant?
She just didn't have the vulva or whatever, man. I don't know how the whole thing worked. I wasn't there. I don't know how it all works. So
The knife, like, she gave him a blowjob. She had the sperm still. She got in a knife fight. She got stabbed somehow. made it to her egg, and she still had the uterus and everything. She just didn't have the opening for the vagina.
Oh, so we just got some new information from Kate. So apparently, this young lady gave this dude a blowjob, and then got some sperm in her mouth, and then she got stabbed.
And
There was sperm on the knife somehow.
she spit up. She spit up. She didn't swallow. She didn't swallow.
So somehow their sperm ended up on the knife. Somehow,
she spit up.
Yeah.
She probably got stabbed because she spit up.
I mean,
so because she spit, she got stabbed in the stomach and got on the knife, and it went into her area.
And then it got into the eggs.
And impregnated her. That's what happened. This is real shit, man. So I don't know what you looking at me for like I made this shit up. This is a real story. It's a real story. Look it up, you guys. You guys can look up the story. I got the article from ABC News. It's there. Look into it. But that is a headline. I was wait a minute.
Imagine being this young lady's parents.
I guess that's almost like the sense of like they say the Mother Mary was a virgin, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Maybe this is a reenactment.
Maybe
that's how. Maybe she got stabbed. I don't fucking know, man.
So I mean, I just think about this from the. Parents.
Oh, there you go. Kate posted the link in the comments for those of you who are interested in this story. If you want to.
So just think about being the parent for this young lady,
well,
right?
I honestly think the parents would be more so concerned with her being stabbed.
I mean, yeah. But all in one night, you just found out that your little baby girl.
Well, I don't think she found out she was pregnant that night.
Well, can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. But essentially, the parents found out that their little girl is giving oral sex to people and getting stabbed. I'm sorry. That's a bad day for a parent.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but this happened.
Yeah.
1988.
I mean, oh my goodness. And this girl was how old?
15.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So, if that baby who was delivered healthy,
okay, good.
If the baby is anything but a miracle, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. So that baby's probably walking around here now. It was 1988 when the baby was born. The baby's older than us.
Yeah, about 30.
It's possible Jesus has been around here over 30 years.
I mean, he did live to be what, 35, 33?
I'm not gonna quote you on that.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the 30s, around the 30s.
So let's just think about it like that. If that's not a miracle, then I don't know what is. But yeah, check out the bit. It's called Strange Times on Netflix. Joe Rogan's last special he did on Netflix, 2018. It's hilarious. That was one of the stories in there. But anyways, we're going to move into the next headlines that we have for you guys today. So please stand by and listen to the nonsense Lucas comes up with.
So I saw this one and it made me laugh because we actually had an incident with a coworker that wanted some soy drinks at work, right?
So what?
Soy drinks.
Oh.
Right.
Who the fuck wanted soy drinks at work?
One of our coworkers.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was Sunday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So for all those soy drinkers and the people that love vegan drinks, right? Starbucks is now celebrating Earth Month by giving away a year's worth of vegan drinks.
Gross.
I don't know if you've ever had a vegan drink.
No, I haven't, but I'm assuming it's disgusting.
You should totally do it, bro. It's totally healthy and totally normal.
Healthy? I don't think vegans are actually known as healthy. They just don't kill animals, but they look all depressed and frail and like they're falling apart, man.
Yeah, I'll stay away from vegan stuff.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, every once in a while to have a vegan option, but a full diet is vegan.
You know, at my last, well, not my last job, but the last place that I worked at.
So your last job?
No, the last site I worked at because I'm contracted out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm on different
Gotcha.
sites. So the last site I worked at, the area that I worked at, they had people come in and cook breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
And they served a whole vegan.
I mean, it's just accommodating to those who are vegan.
Yeah, and some of the food's actually not that bad.
Gross.
So
I need that protein.
Yeah.
Protein and carbs.
It's good for you.
Yeah, so Starbucks is doing a full vegan thing for a year.
Yeah, no, they're giving away a year's worth of vegan drinks. So
So
I
is
wonder
that for
if-
free?
Yeah. Well, I'm
So-
assuming since they're giving it away, I'm assuming. it'd be-
But wait, isn't so essentially if you get coffee or whatever you get from there that does not have like actual raw milk, it would be vegan, wouldn't it?
I don't.
So like if I got an Americano
Uh-huh.
with almond milk,
Uh-huh.
that's vegan.
Is it?
Yeah. So I can get a vegan drink for free, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or what's the stipulations? Do I gotta claim I'm vegan?
I don't know. I think it's just like one of those.
Are you one of those that just look into the headline without getting any kind of information?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I was blindsided about this broadcast, so I didn't get all the information.
You had time
Yeah, I was too busy hanging it out.
after I whooped your ass in Madden.
Stop lying to people.
I'm not lying to the people. I'm just
This
saying
dude
what happened.
quit when I was about to
No,
get a,
we had to
about to
go.
get a phone.
We had
call.
a meeting and we had to eat. So
So, moving forward with the fact that I won on my
no, you didn't.
Madden.
No, you
So-
didn't. He won on Mortal Kombat, but he didn't win Madden.
I'll whoop that ass on Mortal Kombat.
Anyways, moving on to the next headline because you over here don't know what shot.
Your favorite basketball player of all time
Hey.
just passed Wilt Chamberlain as the all-time leading scorer for the
LeBron?
Warriors.
LeBron?
Stop playing.
Well, he's my favorite. He's the best.
Man, no, you just bring him up because you know I don't like him.
Why? I bring him up because he's the best. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
No, he's not even good enough to lace Michael Jordan's sneakers.
Wow. You're just biased. So who are you
Well-
talking about?
I'm talking about Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, my man. Oh, Steffi.
Yeah, Chef Curry, man.
Okay.
He just passed Wilt Chamberlain
Oh, for real?
all time.
Okay. What's the record looking like? I don't even know why I asked.
Why you asking dumb questions, man?
I'm asking you questions that you should go as a follow-up to the headline that you just released, and therefore you don't have any information to back it up.
No. It's just the headlines.
Just the headlines.
Just
How
the-
we gonna talk about something, but you ain't got no information?
Man, I don't watch basketball, bro.
Bullshit. Basketball was your thing.
Bro,
That
I
used to
haven't
be
watched basketball for 18 months.
That's only because of the pandemic
There's a lot more to it. than that.
and politics. But I remember a time basketball was your life.
Yeah,
And you would used to be all over fucking Luca's nuts.
What, the greatest basketball player since Michael
No,
Jordan?
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron James, yeah.
No.
But you're over here all over Luca's nuts. Luka Doncic or whatever his name is. Doncic. Yeah,
All
say
right.
that 10 times fast. That motherfucker. And the one game I watched, he was fucking up when he
Yeah,
was
because
playing.
you're a bad luck charm, man. Every game I watched, he was
I'm just
on it.
saying, I watched a full game, and after you was talking so much crap about how good he is,
Yeah.
and he was straight doo-doo that night. He was
Everybody had-
missing free throws, couldn't.
Everybody has a bad game. You just happen to catch the one bad game.
The
he
one
had.
game I watched of his,
Yeah.
after how much talking you doing, and
Yeah,
he was straight doo-doo.
because he's straight up Magic reincarnated, even though Magic's not dead. But you know what I mean. So, last topic, and this is a serious one.
Is it?
From CNN, so you know it's on point news.
CNN, huh?
Right, yeah. So
Oh, shit.
Republicans are now politicizing the border and children's lives. And I know what you guys are thinking right now, right?
No. What are other people thinking?
The people are thinking, it's like, how can CNN put this article out there, right? And how is nobody realizing that the Republicans are playing policies with all these children's lives?
Is that what the people are wondering?
That's
Or
exactly-
they're probably wondering why you looking at CNN News
Well,
for information.
That's also
That's what I'm wondering.
so I bring
So real quick, did you do any research on this before I ask a follow-up question? A little bit. You ain't do nothing.
No.
Okay. So
No, I just brought this up because I find it very, very funny that the border challenge that
it's not a crisis.
about 4 months ago, before Biden took over, it was a crisis. But now, even though it's 10 times worse, it's a challenge.
Oh.
Right, and the facilities that these children are now being housed in 4 months ago was cages. But on that day, on January 26th, or whenever it was that Biden took over, these cages suddenly became holding facilities.
The same cages.
Same ones. That
But-
was also the same cages that was built 2 terms ago.
Okay. So just so I can clarify, the cages
Mm-hmm.
were called
Are called.
now.
Yes, now.
They
Now
are
they're,
now
now
called-
they're holding facilities.
Now they're called holding
yes,
facilities.
but they was cages.
It was once called a crisis. Now it's called
A
a
challenge.
challenge. Gotcha.
But we
Gotcha.
all know why the Democrats are pushing or not making a big deal about bringing all these kids in.
Well, I think I don't really like to get political, but
Okay.
I don't like talk politics, man. But since you brought it up, I think it's all for show. They're trying to not make it seem as much of an issue or crisis as it is, considering the challenge is now a lot worse than it was a year ago
And I
under a different administration. It was horrible.
Mhm.
Everything is going wrong because of this administration. All of a sudden, you get a different administration. The problem is worse than it was, but now they're not making it seem like it's anything.
Yeah, so in my personal opinion, I think they wanted to politicize it so much back when Trump was in office, simply to try to make him look bad.
Well, I mean,
Put
yeah,
his
and
name on his record.
Right,
And now they're rephrasing it and reframing it so that it doesn't look bad on Biden. Which, in my personal opinion, I think that's why he appointed Kamala Harris to be in charge of it. That she doesn't want to take, she doesn't want to touch it because he don't want his hands in it. And that way, if it does go south, which it looks like it's going to, it's not going to come back on.
You're talking about goes south as in him and his presidency.
Yeah, and as far as
just-
how they look at his presidency and how it turns out.
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I define, and I heard this. Or I don't define. I heard this defined, and I have to say this because it's extremely hilarious and it makes 100% sense. So,
All right.
without being too political, I feel like Biden, his presidency is like, it's like your grandpa's at the wheel right now, and he's on the freeway, and he ain't taking his meds yet.
I mean,
So that's how it feels,
you
man.
did see that picture though, right?
Which one?
He was driving the Evergreen when he got stuck in the canal.
Oh Lord, I bet he was.
No, but
Real talk though, man. It's like Grandpa's at the wheel, but he
Yeah.
ain't taking his medication
I mean,
yet, and he forgot his glasses, and so he just riding.
You can see that in any one of his actual briefings that he
Oh,
does when
man.
he talks to the media or takes questions. You can see it in his
Well,
eyes that he don't know what he's talking about.
Anytime I look at them, I don't know whether to laugh or feel really concerned because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm a little bit. It's hilarious, but it's like I can't believe this motherfucker's really. Like, not to say Trump was perfect, but damn, like
Yeah,
y'all could have picked a better old motherfucker to be up to that bitch.
Like if you wanted a Democrat in office, right? And I'm of the firm opinion that he didn't win the election, right?
I don't want to go down that road.
I know. And I'm just gonna say it like this. I think he was put in the White House.
I think so.
I don't think he won the election, but I think he was put in office. But
Oh,
anyway,
absolutely. Yeah,
moving on. So
I don't know. I think it's funny,
no, but
but it's also scary.
like to circle back, as your press secretary always likes to say, right?
We'll circle back to that.
Yeah, we'll circle back. But we all know why they're pushing for all these kids, right? You know,
Why?
right? Because
No, Lucas, please tell us why.
yeah, I'm about to enlighten y'all. So the reason why they're pushing for all these kids and they're unaccompanied minors is so that they can take that blood.
Wait, what?
That blood. So
Wait, what?
There was an article that was pushed out by, I believe it was Newsweek. And
Newsweek?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was talking about how young blood, when it's been transfused into an older individual, can actually fight the effects of aging. So if you're out there and you're rich, all you need to do is pay some young person for their blood, and you can live forever.
Stop the madness. No.
Y'all know about
Stop.
y'all know about those elitists out there.
Stop.
Yeah.
Because now you're gonna be fucking starting a fucking some kind of movement or conspiracy. Stop.
Hey, man,
you out here conspiracy and they talking. What you mean it's true? I don't know, man. Because
See-
I don't. So you're telling me the elitists are harvesting the kids at the border to drink their blood and become younger looking?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
That's why we have all these elitists like Joe Biden falling apart right now because they ain't got no blood.
He ain't got no baby blood, so he harvested children.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Oh my God, bro! The White House. Watch any minute now. FBI, CIA, some of them they're gonna be knocking on this motherfucking door, and they're gonna
remember that movie Doctor Sleep, where they was sucking out the essence from that little boy.
Yeah. Make him live longer.
Those producers, they're trying to tell us something.
So it's like always some hidden meaning and something.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what I want to know, because this is theory, right?
This is theory, maybe
from Newsweek.
Yeah. This is the article. It's a real article.
If you can find this, oh God, damn, Jackie, stop! Yes, I agree. Epstein did not kill himself. But anyways, moving forward. Now, what's going on with that trial, by the way? Anybody ready to talk about that?
I believe Ghislaine.
Can you read and talk?
No, I cannot. I cannot multitask. No, so I believe Ghislaine's Maxwell, whatever her name is, Maxwell, right? I believe her trial is supposed to be set in June or July.
Yeah, that shit's gonna get pushed. It's just long enough. Did you fart?
No.
Bruh, that stinks.
It wasn't me. It was your dog.
Bullshit. Hell nah.
That was your dog, man. I swear.
I know that space. All right. Anyway. So June, just long enough for us to forget about it.
Yeah, for another wave of the pandemic.
Some other bullshit to go.
No, but like
they're going back to phase 2 over here in Pierce County. That's a county away, man.
Yeah,
they're going back to phase 2.
Well, you know they're but real talk, no. Regardless of all the conspiracy theories about the sex trafficking, regardless of what we believe, I truly believe that Mr. I believe his name is Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're right. It is about getting voters. In my personal opinion, I believe they're trying to pave this amnesty thing for all these people coming from the southern border to try and show them that Democrats are on their side, right, and try to get them to be lifelong Democrats to keep Democrats in power.
By drinking baby blood.
I believe that's how Democrats themselves stay in power, but I believe this is how they keep getting voted into power.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they are drinking baby blood, what's up with girl Pelosi? Because she looks like just falling apart, raggedy ass skin on a skeleton.
Well, she ain't had none in 4 years.
No baby blood?
Yeah, she ain't had none in 4 years when Trump was in office. Now she's trying to hurry up and get it all back and make up for time lost.
Bruh, stop.
The same thing with Biden. He just fell apart.
Bro, Biden don't know what day it is, let alone.
Yeah, he don't know young blood from old blood. He probably taking Pelosi's blood.
But we're gonna worry about the thing. The thing, and we're gonna get a lot done.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's funny. Today's world is every day something different, and it's so unrecognizable. But like I said, I don't know whether to fucking cry or laugh at this shit.
At this point, all you gotta do is stay strapped and then just laugh.
Stay strapped or get clapped.
Yeah,
right?
George Washington said that, right?
That's right. No, it was Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I read that on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, it was Jefferson.
It was a direct quote.
Direct quote from Thomas Jefferson. Stay strapped or get clapped. That's true. Yeah. Washington said, "I stay ready so I ain't got to get ready."
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mistake.
That's what he said. It was in the Articles of Confederation, bro. It's in that motherfucking fine print. Right. I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready.
All right.
And then on the bottom of it says GW. Real talk.
Yeah, but in all honesty, guys, there's so much uncertainty going on right now with the border, with this administration. Some people talking about how Biden's going to be stepping down in 12 months, 24 months. So, we just...
President Harris?
Yeah, we just got to keep our heads up. And, like I said last time on the broadcast, if we just continue to focus on ourselves and being the best people we can be, continue to treat people how we should want to be treated, that golden rule, I think we can make a change for the better. So
we can prevail. I don't know necessarily if we will, but we can. We have the opportunity to, but...
Well, in a free society, nothing's granted. So all you can do is try and then keep pushing.
I do want to hit on that one topic that was brought up here a little bit ago. Now, this story is a little old. It came out in December.
Oh, yeah.
Was it in Florida, Georgia?
Yeah, it was in Florida, I believe.
It was in Florida.
Yeah.
The Army lieutenant who was pulled over and for what seemed to be a very aggressive felony traffic stop.
It was very aggressive.
Very, very aggressive. I posted the video on my personal page last week. But we're talking about he was a black second lieutenant or first lieutenant. I don't remember. He was a lieutenant in the Army, and he was pulled over by 2 city cops, and they were screaming at him, shouting at him to get out of the vehicle, and tased him and put him on the ground.
Yeah, they pepper sprayed him.
Pepper sprayed him?
Yep.
Didn't they tase him?
I think they did end up tasing him.
I think
too,
they ended up tasing him. I know for sure he did get pepper sprayed.
Oh, yeah.
And he was not acting in any way, shape, or form aggressive. He did not comply with the officer's demands. Simply, he was asking what's going on, trying to figure out what's going on.
At one point, he was actively resisting because they kept trying to open the door and he kept closing it on them. So he was actively resisting.
I've seen the video and I've seen I read the article, but from what the video shows for me, there's a lot of pieces in there, an opportunity where he could have been killed. And I can see where the officer, the lieutenant, was scared to either place his hands in a certain area or just with the history of things that have been going on, or have full, compliance and listen to him when he actually didn't even do anything wrong.
His place wasn't legally where they're supposed to be.
So he had a temp tag.
Yeah.
On his car.
In that particular state, it's supposed to be in the back, like where a normal license plate is supposed to be. So it was illegal.
I don't know if he knew that or when he left the dealership. Usually the dealership, they put that shit on there.
And that's fine. Like usually, from what I understand, I'm not a cop, right? Usually, from what I understand, when cops see that you do have a tag and it's like that because it is paper, they'll be like, okay, I didn't see it. It was at night and the windows were tinted.
Yeah.
Right. So from the officer's perspective, you see this vehicle driving at night with tinted windows on with no license plate on it, right? And from what I understand, and don't quote me on this, that right there makes it a felony traffic stop, right? And from what I understand, they lit this dude up with lights and sirens, and he continued to drive for 1.5 miles before he pulled over. Okay. Right.
Is that confirmed?
That's from what I understand. That's from the article I read. That he drove for 1.5 miles.
I would have to dig more into that.
Right. And then there was, in the particular video that I was watching of this, somebody had posted in the comments. Now, I can't verify this, right? But they said that this dude was pulled over where they live at. And where they pulled him over, there was a chain of restaurants on both sides of the gas station that he was pulled over at that he could have pulled off in that was well lit. Now, his excuse for being, I was trying to pull off into a safe place, understandable, but there are ways to go about showing that you are going to pull over, turn your hazards on, slow down. I don't know if he actually did that.
Yeah.
But, so from the officer's perspective, after they actually finished the whole situation, pulled him out of the vehicle, started talking to him, had him in handcuffs, they actually found a gun on him. And I believe it was like at his leg or his thigh or something like that. But he did have a gun on him. So.
But they didn't know that.
At the time, no.
They didn't know that at the time when they pulled him over, and for how aggressive he was being, and he had his hands outside of the window, and he was talking to him in a very calm voice. The one officer, the lead officer, you could tell was extremely aggressive, absolutely. And some of the comments that he made were unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Like, he said he's scared for his life, and he said you should be. Yeah. You should be scared, or you're about to ride the lightning, boy, or whatever. Like, it's things like that that was extremely unnecessary. That paints the officers in a bad light.
I completely agree, but there was also a video of him after he pulled over, had the windows down. The officers are actively telling him to step out of the vehicle, and he's taking his time putting up his own video, which, in my personal opinion, is why he didn't get out of the video, because he wanted his recorded. He wanted it to catch him.
Which is, I think, something which is sad to say, but in our world today, that's something we kind of have to do.
No, I think I'm all for grabbing a video. I'm all for grabbing video. Right, it helps you. Right, it shows you what you're seeing. right? I'm all
Helps
for
make
that.
things more
Yeah,
transparent.
yeah. And in my opinion, in this, I'm glad everybody walked away from the situation alive. First and foremost, right? The last thing you want to see is somebody die,
Yeah,
either
absolutely.
the cop or the person they're trying to arrest, right? So, or whoever they're talking to. It's very unfortunate for anybody to lose their life in that situation. But in my personal opinion, I think there was faults on both sides.
I do too. I believe the dude should have complied earlier, which could have alleviated a lot of the aggression in the situation. Could have.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I don't
and-
know because I wasn't there. I don't know
Yeah.
for sure, and I don't know what that other officer's agenda was or is that night. I like to believe that the boys in blue are there to protect and serve. That's what I
Absolutely.
want to believe, but history lately has shown differently.
Yeah.
So when you have that situation, for a safety net to be transparent as possible so you have multiple eyes watching,
Yeah.
it makes sense for the driver to pull out his phone to try to record and start a recording to show his point if
And-
something were to go
And
wrong.
I absolutely understand that, right? But my thing is, if you are getting pulled over by the police officers, and if you are like genuinely scared, why not just listen to them, right?
In a lot of situations that happens and you still end up getting fucked up. I don't know, man.
like,
There's a lot. Fear will have you doing some of the wildest
And,
things.
and like I said, I understand that, but why would you give the cops any more reason to shoot?
No,
to do whatever they're going to do.
No, I agree.
You
I
know?
think, but sometimes you act on emotion that
Yeah.
you can't make the most.
I understand.
In hindsight, you look at it like, well, damn, if I would have just did this.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. In my personal opinion, right, there's this thing that goes around, right? If you're in a military, if you're driving around in a military uniform, you think you're untouchable, right?
I've seen that,
Absolutely,
especially as an officer.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen that.
Yeah, anybody that's been in the military knows, especially you get that second lieutenant, that motor bar,
Oh yeah.
right? They think they're shitting on
Oh,
stink,
yeah.
right? So
You get off post, that shit don't matter.
exactly, right? And there is a mutual respect between military and police, from what I understand, right? I've had a situation where I've been pulled over by cops before. I've never been in a uniform, but as soon as I give them my military ID, they're like, okay, this is what's going on. This is why I pulled you over, and the majority of the time they let me off with a warning, right?
Yeah. I've been there too.
In my experience, right, if you just, you're calm, you're respectful for the officer, they don't want to pull you over, you don't want to be pulled over. If you just be respectful, talk to them, listen to the officers, everything's okay.
Yes, but you also have to play on the other hand. There are also some officers who walk around as if their shit doesn't
Absolutely.
stink and will abuse the power that they're
Yeah,
given.
and absolutely.
Which
And
looked to me, given the situation, was kind of where that lead officer was.
yeah,
in the situation.
and it, like I said at the very beginning, I believe there's faults on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that everybody walked away okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, that both sides could have done things better.
This is definitely a
You know?
learning curve, a learning and opportunity
Yeah.
here, because you're looking at a situation where non-compliance was a factor, aggression was a factor, but nobody was harmed.
Yeah, which is always
which is
good.
good. So
Right.
this is a definite learning opportunity here, and can be used for
Yeah.
future training. The level of aggression may not have been necessary or warranted in that situation, but
I mean, and from what I understand, the lead officer was a veteran. He had been on the force for a few years. I can't recall exactly how many, but it's unfortunate that he was fired. Right?
he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired. It's unfortunate.
I think it was for some of the comments that he made.
Which
too.
like I understand, but he didn't kill
Yeah,
anybody.
you're right, but you have to think of where we are in today's time.
And
Cancel culture, bro.
And that's I think the thing that I'm most upset about is because over the last year and a half, right, we've bred this thing to where cops have to be damn near perfect, right?
Yeah,
Right.
as soon as they fuck up, or
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think too from their perspective. Every decision they make before they can make a decision, they're second guessing everything because they don't want
because they don't want to lose their job, right? And that
or get arrested.
Yeah, I mean, when you walk into a job like that where you're dealing with the worst of society majority of the time, right? Now you gotta, on top of having to worry about your livelihood, your life coming home, you gotta worry about how is this gonna look to everybody else around me, Right. And I think that is the most unfortunate part
Do
of this.
do you think
right?
that they should have always been thinking about what people are going to think or how
No,
they're going to view when they're making
I
their
mean,
decisions?
in my personal opinion, I think doing the job well is what comes first. Who cares what people think,
And
right?
see,
When it
yeah,
comes down to it, it's the facts is what matters.
there's a lot of gray areas
Yeah,
in what doing the job right is.
And I understand that, and like I said, I'm not a cop. I have no experience being a cop.
Bullshit! Don't lie to the people.
I have no experience being a real cop. But like I said, there is a lot of gray area when it comes to that line of work. But at the end of the day, when you as a cop, when you walk home, when you go home for the night, and then you allow everybody else to go home at night, right? All parties involved walked away. It's always a good day. And there's always things that can be learned, but I think I hate because I'm always going to be a cop supporter, right? I believe this country needs cops.
They need good cops.
Well, yeah. But when you create this culture that all cops are out to get people, that all cops are assholes, it's going to make you defensive even before you speak to the cop.
No, you're absolutely right.
And
The way I look at it too, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you go through what we've gone through the past few years with some unjustified deaths by police officers, when we get pulled over, I know for a fact that we get more timid and scared because I know a thought that goes through our head. Well, this could be it, and that's very sad.
And I've seen so many videos of cops just trying for a basic traffic stop where dude pulls out his phone and just sits there and berates the cop, talks down to
Oh
the cop.
yeah, I've seen those too.
It's on both sides.
I'm not saying it's not.
I know. It's on both sides, and it's unfortunate that the news has created this because in my personal opinion, I believe
they fucking blow up everything out of proportion.
Exactly, and
it's just like the
very
border crisis.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, right, it's on everybody to act respectful with each other, right? And
that right there hits the nail on the head.
You know,
a lot can be changed by just fucking mutual respect around here.
Exactly, and I sometimes like hearing stories about people that are retired from cops, that have retired from being police officers. They'll say, "Oh, there's so many times that I just came from like a train hitting a kid, or dealing with this domestic when the kid was getting abused or whatever, and then now I got to go deal with people, so I'm a little bit more on edge, right?"
Yeah, and I don't know how, because I'm sure every department does it differently, but I'm not sure how much this is talked about is their mental health. After going through, like you just said, a tragic call or something to that nature, how often are they just, all right, you good? All right, write your report, get back into it, and get back out on the streets? Or are they able to actually take the time to be like, yo, I just saw a kid get smashed by a fucking truck? Like, that shit fucks with you.
Absolutely.
So,
and
emotions are definitely on edge.
Like I said, a little bit more respect. I think there's too many people out there trying to, and I'm talking about citizens, that they want to instantly record the cops and then try to antagonize the cop or be like passively resisting so that they can try to get that payday at the end of the day.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is like that. It's no different than the guy who slips on purpose at Burger King to try to get that settlement.
Or at a work with like a union or whatever, they slip on ice. But like I said, in this particular situation, I'm very glad that everybody was able to walk away.
Absolutely.
But I think that is what this dude was going for. That he wanted to try and like passively resist, try to get the cops to slip up to try and get a payday because he is suing the department now. In my opinion, that's what this is coming down to.
I'm glad I'm not an attorney who has to try to defend this case. It's just from what I gather, there's a lot of different opinions and views on this. I still believe that he should have complied.
Absolutely.
Without. I mean, I feel like a lot of it could have been alleviated, but he complied. They showed that he had the proper documents and whatnot, and at most maybe he would have walked out with a citation or something.
That.
But I don't know. I really don't know.
I think the cops did downgrade from lethal force to tasers, right? So there's that. That's always a good thing when they saw that he did have a legal temporary plate, right?
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But I just think they're mad at once they saw the template. I think they should have toned it back down a little bit. And I believe one of the officers actually did that.
He did. So the younger officer definitely did,
Yeah.
and you could see it in his face too. But he kind of I don't know how long he was on the force, but even when you have a veteran officer there with you, you kind of got to just kind of step back, and he's taking lead. And you got to support your officer too, So, if at the end of the day he did change his demeanor, I think partner relationship. I don't know if they were even partners or if they just happened to be in the same area in response to the same call.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
But a relationship with knowing, all right, look, man, maybe I don't need to be this way. Like just mental cues and non-verbal cues between.
But I mean, looking back on it now, like after the fact, knowing that the dude had a gun on and didn't disclose it to the officers, do you think that would have changed anything?
Well, I think it depends on the state, because even here in Washington, you don't have to disclose that you have it. So
but I mean,
I always do. I always do just
respect,
and to cover my bases, because I don't want to get thrown out. They find it and I end up getting blasted.
Yeah. See,
I've been in too many situations in my past where I've been detained, I've been arrested, I've been thrown on the ground for shit I didn't do by just being an innocent bystander or whatnot, and that was by shutting the fuck up. So I can see a lot of different point of views here. That's part of the reason why I wouldn't mind becoming a cop to help try to shape and change that culture. But then I also have physical limitations, and I also have the culture side on my end to where being a cop right now, being a black man and being a cop right now, in some culture, in some areas, is almost looked at as like a traitor. You know what I mean? And that shit sucks, man. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to pay my bills and do right by society. But it's sad that I got to think that by being a police officer, I can get looked at and shamed by my own race of people just because of my profession. If you're not doing anything wrong, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
But history lately has shown that you don't always have to be doing something wrong to end up getting yourself in a situation that you
and with that being said, it's always horrible when you're not doing anything wrong and bad things happen to you, But people are still human, right? And I'm not saying that those people that did wrong to the innocent people should be held accountable, because they absolutely should. But at the end of the day, people are people, right? People make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we're human. We're not perfect.
And I think a little bit of grace, a little bit of respect goes a long way on both sides.
Absolutely.
On all sides.
Absolutely. Yeah, we like to say both sides, but it's on both sides.
Yeah.
Respect goes anywhere. You give respect, you're going to get respect back.
Yeah.
99% of the time.
And for everybody out there, just for clarification, when I mean both sides, I mean cops and citizens and civilians, right? I'm not talking about any specific race or anything like that. I'm talking about cops and citizens. Just clarification before anybody starts calling me some things. I know how this looks.
It's sad you gotta do that now, man. I get where you're coming from. I get it. It's kind of sad that we have to that you gotta kind of disclose.
I know
where we are today.
But I completely understand where you're coming from. At one point when I was real young, I actually thought I was supposed to, like, if you believe in destiny, I thought I was supposed to be a cop. My initials spell out law, right? So I thought, I was like, hey, that's why I did what I did in the military. But when I got out in 2015, there was all that stuff going on with cops at that point, and it was just, I know the situation, I know how it looks, and I'm not trying to put myself in any.
So what about now? 2021.
Between
2015 and 2021, it's been a rough time. So do you feel? So let me ask you this: if you were to become a cop, do you feel that you could make that change? Or help make the change to instead of highlighting just all the bad? And,
I think.
What would you do differently?
In that particular situation, it's hard to say what I would do differently because everything's situation dependent.
I guess it's just as far as the stigma is concerned.
Well, as far as like I said, I'm of the opinion that you treat people how you want to be treated, right? So, I mean, I wouldn't change that, but like I said, it's all situation dependent in that particular situation. I would have came. I think I would have came out at least somewhat, not as aggressive, but I would have still been aggressive until I saw the template.
It's just like what we train for.
Yeah,
We try to match tones,
yeah,
right? And then we have the use of force, and you try to match it, right? So if they're coming off as aggressive, I'm gonna match that tone of aggression as best as I can by also maintaining the upper hand.
Yeah, see, I definitely, like I said, I wouldn't have been that aggressive, but I definitely would, especially with that many officers there, because I think there was 3 on scene.
I know for sure there was 2.
I know for sure, but I think there was another one, but I don't know for sure. But I would have not been as aggressive, but like I said, it's all situation dependent. It was at night, tinted windows on a vehicle.
Yeah, it's definitely like you said, situation dependent.
Absolutely, and that's what a lot of people I think fail to realize is a lot of these situations. It's not a cookie cutter way to be a cop.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people think I just go off of the manual and it says right here he should have did this, but manuals are vague as hell.
Yeah,
They're not going to have every single
Yeah,
situation you
and,
encounter.
and then you got to think of it, especially if you're looking at different situations between departments, because departments train different, right? People train different. People's experience in the same department is different.
Yeah,
right.
different
So,
precincts within a department.
exactly, right. And, like so, even like 2 people going to the same training can take different things away from the training.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So I mean, is it perfect? No, but is it a lot better than what it could be? Maybe. I mean, could it be a lot better? Yeah, but it's. I mean, just look at what happened in Minneapolis, right, where they defunded the police, right? Crime went up like so much, like hundreds of %. Look at what's going on in New York, where Chicago, all these cities out there that are taking money away from the police. Look what's going on in Portland right now.
But they're safer because they don't have guns, man.
No, they're safer because they took away from the police.
They took away the guns too.
Yeah, I think more, actually, like I said, I think early on in one of our broadcasts, I actually think more money should be diverted to the police for better training, better officers.
Yes.
I think police unions need to be reformed.
I think that's one of the biggest ones is
Yeah.
the unions
Yeah.
that are
So-
protecting those who are bad,
Yeah, so
but it also protects those who are doing well.
yeah, and,
But
and that's what I say. I think it needs to be reformed. I don't think it needs to go away because those good police officers still need protection. But it should be easier to get the bad ones out, and
There you go. Say it again for the people in the back.
I don't know. Like I said, I think anything can always be improved upon.
There's always room for improvement no matter what you do.
Exactly.
But that's one of those. I mean, like I said, I'm not a cop, so I don't. And like you said, it's different departments train differently. There's different strokes for different folks, and not everyone's going to take away the same from the training that you get. So like. I don't know, Chase, goddammit. We're working with new shit right now, all right?
We're going to get it figured out in about 10 broadcasts.
Yeah, give us 10 broadcasts, we'll have it figured out, and then we'll have a new computer or some shit. And it's also, we're on a Facebook streaming key, so the settings are a little different.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out, man.
It could just be Lucas fucking with the microphones again, so I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out. But anyways, we figured we would get this video out for you guys today. It's been an hour. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. It's spring now. So, again, stay safe. We love you, America. Stay strapped to get clapped. Remember what Thomas Jefferson said?
Yeah.
It's in the articles.
Found a father, man.
That's right.
So, hey, thank you guys for staying with us. Go check out our other broadcasts. Go check out our other videos. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Y'all motherfuckers hooking us up, man. We got over 27,000 views on our episode from the weekend, or week before last.
Last week.
Week before last, and then we got like 15,000 on last week's video. So hey, keep it up, guys. Share,
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
share
guys.
our videos.
Yep.
We'll be out here tomorrow, 4
Tomorrow,
p.m.
4 o'clock. Come see
Pacific
us.
time. We'll be here live, and we got some shit to talk
Some
about.
more shit because it don't stop.
All right, hit it.
Yeah, it's all